Hello, today I've been reading Hubspot's Marketing Benchmark. It's a brilliant study of the effects of content on website performance. HubSpot are an industry leader in this area, and they've analysed data from over 7,000 businesses to confirm correlations between page content, blogging activity and social media. This is what the inside cover of the report says. A solid inbound marketing strategy takes work, but how much work will it take to tip the scale? If you increase your blogging frequency from once a month to twice a week, what impact will you see? Pertinent questions like these and more are answered in our latest study based on real results from HubSpot's 7,000 customers. The report finds websites with more pages get higher levels of traffic. This appears to reach critical mass at around 1,000 pages, where there's significant lift in the traffic index. This can be seen in this graph here. So you've got 1 to 50. This is the number of website pages along the bottom, and you've got 1 to 50 there. And as the number of pages increase, so does the traffic index here. And here you can see this is the up to 1,000 page mark here, and once we tip past 1,000 pages, according to HubSpot's data, then the traffic index shoots right up there, goes steeply increases, as well as traffic increases caused as a result of having more website pages. The report shows similar correlation in number of new leads that can be generated, where websites with more than 300 pages see this critical mass again and begin to see marked index in the number of leads generated. So this is the graph from the report, and again we start at 50 website pages here, and this is the new leads index, this part of the graph here, and we're going up in leads until we reach this point here, which is the 300 page mark, and that's when it starts to significantly increase. And then when we get to this point here, which is the 1,000 mark, which correlates to the traffic index above, then we see a further steep increase in the number of leads generated. So it looks like a clear correlation there between the number of pages on your website and the amount of traffic and the amount of leads that you get. So the report then looks at blogging and identifies companies that have more than 100 blog posts published on their site, and it says that they get more traffic. And again, this graph shows that quite apparently. So we start down here, which is 10 or more blog posts published. And the graph remains fairly level, a natural increase there, and until we hit this critical point, which is 100 posts published, and that's when it starts to really significantly increase in terms of traffic. And if you reach the 200 mark here and go to between 100 and 200, which is from here to here, then you can expect to see that traffic lift even further. The number of inbound leads also begins to significantly increase at the same point. So this graph, again, very similar behavior up until this point. So this is where we've got 100 blog posts published, and that's when the number of leads generated starts to really go up. So just like the web pages at the start, what we see here is a direct correlation between the number of blog posts you have published and versus the amount of traffic and the number of leads you can expect. Another interesting part of the report is where it mentions the frequency of the blog posts. So the report identifies a direct correlation between frequency of blogging and the amount of traffic, where the more a business blogs, the more traffic they get. Starting to see a pattern here. We've got traffic here and the number of monthly blog posts here. And I mean, this one speaks for itself, doesn't it? It's the more you blog, the more traffic you get. Pretty much as simple as that. And again here, this is interesting because we've got some significant markers on this graph, which is this is the businesses that blog between 9 and 15 times per month experience a much higher number of new leads than those that blog less. So here's those that blog less. This is sort of no blogging per month. And then we've got if you blog once or twice per month, you get some leads, and if you blog 3 to 5 times per month, you get some leads. If you get into the category of you blogging 6 to 8 times, then you start to see some significant leads. But then at this marker, which is 9 plus, between 9 and 15 blog posts per month, that's when the leads really kick in. So the report also includes, I'm happy to say, some social metrics, and this is really interesting from my point of view. What it shows is that if you've got more followers on Twitter, you'll get more traffic, basically. So this reaches a sort of critical point around about here at the 200 to 500 follower mark, and from that point you start to see steep increases in the amount of traffic that we can expect from Twitter. So really, for me, you're looking at hitting 1,000 followers, and then you can see some decent results from Twitter. And they've also included some stuff from Facebook. Again, the more page likes, the more traffic you get, according to the report. Very interesting thing here is that this point on the graph, you've got this is traffic index from Facebook, and this is the number of page likes you've got, and we've got a fairly organic growth until this point here, which is the 1,000 page likes mark, and then the amount of traffic really starts going up from that point, and up here where you've got over 1,000 page likes, then you can start expecting some decent traffic from Facebook. So it all seems to be that the tipping point, the critical mass point, seems to be 1,000 page likes right there. So what does this all mean? In conclusion, the report identifies direct correlations between 3 things: the number of website pages published, the frequency at which you're publishing blog posts, and the size of your social media audience. It's pretty conclusive that the more web pages you have, the more traffic and leads you get. The more blog posts you have published, and the more frequently you blog, the more traffic and leads you get. And the larger your social media audience is, the more traffic you get. So if you ask me, as blogging is a great way of A, adding more content to your website, and B, of growing your social media audience, it seems like a no-brainer that the best way to get more traffic and leads is to ramp up your blogging activity. So according to HubSpot's report, blogging, I'm not a customer of theirs, by the way, I'm an impartial reader, but according to them, blogging 9 to 15 times per month will significantly increase traffic and leads, and the goal should be to reach 100 published posts. And when that happens, you start to see really decent results. So by my calculations, you can divide 100 published posts by 9 or by 15, and it gives you 6 to 12 months worth of content there if you were starting a new blogging strategy from scratch. In summary, it couldn't be clearer, really, could it? If you blog 9 to 15 times per month, that's 3 to 4 new blog posts per week. In the next 6 to 12 months, you can expect to see around 5 times more traffic and inquiries than you're seeing now, and that's the minimum, really. According to the graphs above, that really is the minimum that you should expect to see, and the potential there is to see much more. The benchmark report goes into a lot more detail about the differences HubSpot have identified in B2B versus B2C sectors. So it's well worth grabbing a copy of your own to see which bits of those is most applicable to you. I'm going to put a link in the description, and there's a link on screen there. You just need to put your details in and they'll send you your copy. See you next time.